Well, how can you follow up first party without going to best third party game?
We gotta do second party first.
Yeah,
What?
you're right.
Don't worry about second party.
We're
That's
shifting
confusing as
straight
hell.
from first into third. Zero, you want to take us off with third party?
Yes, but I don't remember what I chose.
Bulb, you want to take us off with your?
Yeah, I got it. I picked FS7 Rebirth. Yeah, I love the game. I just I felt like Metaphor needed the JRPG award, but yeah, FS7 Rebirth was amazing, masterpiece. I think I almost hit 200 hours in that game.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Yeah,
And you're not streaming it.
I streamed the first like 6 hours of it.
6
That's
hours,
it. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's so good, and yes, it is a third-party game because Sony doesn't even have a stake in Square Enix anymore, which I don't understand why.
Oh, they don't? Oh, wow.
They used to have a stake, like a 10% stake. They didn't fully own it. They were just like putting money into it because they really believed in it. But whatever. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, for everything I said before, and even what Bulb just said right now, it's just so good, guys. It really is. I wish I had a PS5 Pro so that I can play this game in like 4K HD madness. It's such a good game, and it deserves all the praise it gets.
And for all the gripes that people had with the first remake, they fixed a lot of it.
They did.
Combat feels so much better.
Oh, it's so smooth.
It feels way less jankier. So yeah.
I'm also going to call back to something that I already said. My pick is the Tomb Raider collection. Again, I think that honestly having this on Switch and having it also be available on a couple of other platforms as well. I just really liked the accessibility for the game. Yeah, Tomb Raider collection. That's my favorite third-party game for this year.
For my third-party game of the year, it would be Black Myth Wukong. The retelling of Sun Wukong. The gameplay is amazing. Obviously, it's Dark Souls styles, but the amount of boss fight you do, the interactions of boss fights you do, beautiful visually game, great storytelling. Highly impressive that this is a first studio that ever did this.
It's not that this is the first time a studio has ever tried to take the story of Journey to the West and make it into a game. It's not. There have been a couple of games, but this one stayed hyper true to the book, to the story. You are playing a Sun Wukong. Those who don't know, it's the Monkey King. Goku is also based off of him, so technically Sparking Zero is based off of it. Technically,
not Sparking Zero. But I meant like this is their the studio's first game, right?
I believe.
I think so.
Yes.
I'm not sure, but yeah.
Well, they hit it out of the ballpark.
They hit it out of the park. They did.
For sure.
They were robbed by asteroid.
Frank?
So my pick for third-party game is Metal Slug Tactics. Tactic games are just so
niche.
they're so niche, but also it's one of my favorite type of genres. Advanced Wars is one of my favorites. Final Fantasy Tactics, Fire Emblem. Metal Slug just gives me that itch that I've been wanting for a bit, because I've been like feeling there have been a lot, but not that many that like made me click with it. But yeah, from the sinking combat, the sinking attack mechanic is compelling, and it always feels nice when you get it off. Definitely, I haven't beaten it yet, but it's one of those games that I'm like shooting through. So yeah,
I agree. Metal Slug Tactics looks really interesting. I'm still waiting for my copy because I got the limited run version, which we'll do an unboxing of that at some point. But that means I'm gonna be waiting
You're gonna be waiting
You'll play it next-
eternity.
yeah.
But yeah, Frank, I had that on my radar as well this year for sure.
So, by our count, by my count at least, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Let's go.
Because it's just so freaking good. Congratulations, I guess the GOTY Awards. Yeah, everybody. Golf clap, golf clap, golf clap.
Also, I want to point out that they made Yuffie into an actual good character.
Yes, they did.
Oh, she's not a brat?
She's
Thank
a
God.
brat, but she has a heart.
Yes.
Oh, she has a heart this time.
Yeah.
And now, my favorite category of the evening is going to be the best. This is the least disputed category on our channel. This is the best remake, remaster, collection, or port. We've lumped them all in together because guess what? A lot of these type of games come out throughout the year, so why not just have it as one category?
Yeah, and a lot of them overlap when it comes to category as to what it really is.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you can have a collection, and it can be a remake, but it could also just be a remaster. It could also just, yeah, it's just fucking weird. So why not lump them together? It makes sense. If it's an old game that had a new, fresh coat of paint, it's thrown in there.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna take us away. Again, I'm gonna say like 2 seconds about this because, to be honest, I'll be talking about this game more later. But yeah, for me, it's gonna be Persona 3 Remake. Out of all those 4 categories that we just named, I think Persona 3 has to get it for me because for this year, I think it was the most important remake, remaster, collection, or port that came out. Yeah, this game was great. It was a fantastic story, great characters, great music, but just the best way to experience it is this remake. It fixes everything that came before, and finally we have like, don't even bother playing the originals, just play the remake.
Yeah. All right, I guess I'll go next. I keep doing this. I had 2. My first one is Fantasian Neo Dimension. So this was it's a JRPG made by Sakaguchi, the man who created Final Fantasy.
The Gooch.
It was stuck on iPad for years.
Oh my god, that game.
Stuck on iPad for years. This last month it came out on the Switch and PS5 and PC and everything, and it's amazing. And it really plays like FF7, 8, and 9, like, but it has combat gimmicks. So if you miss like that old style of RPG, you should definitely check it out. But my main choice of the year is Dragon Quest 3. The remake just came out also, and it's a masterpiece. It looks beautiful. It has the HD 2D thing like Octopath Traveler, and they hit it out of the park. Yeah, and now 1 and 2 is coming out like 2 months from now, I think. Yeah. So Dragon Quest. Yeah.
So for me, I chose a collection. I already talked about it before. It's the Marvel vs. Capcom Arcade Classics Collection. I said it before, I'll say it again. Marvel vs. Capcom is so much fun. It's big with my family. We play it all the time. Now we can play it online on modern consoles, and we have access to all these older games. I excluded Punisher, the arcade game Punisher, before because I forgot about it because I don't really play it, but it's good to have. It didn't really have a modern port, and now we do. Yeah, Capcom did a great job importing these games, and I'm glad we have access to it. So it gets my nomination.
My nomination is Paper Mario: The Thousand Years Door on the Switch.
I forgot about that
Yeah.
one.
Mad respect.
A very old classic of mine. Very nostalgic playing it again. They gave the game quality of life
Improvements.
They added new bosses, secret bosses as well to the game, and just reliving the old tale. Everything's visually beautiful again. Going down memory lane. Just pretty much it. That's what sealed the deal for me.
I really wanted to play that game. I desperately did because I played Paper Mario on the N64, and that shit was a lot of fun. So I kind of wish I could have just played it. Good choice.
And Frank.
My favorite remake definitely was Dragon Quest 3. Like, I like the Tomb Raider remake, but the look of Dragon Quest 3 just it's amazing the way it looks. It gives you the nostalgia of like an old game, but it's like more polished. I love it.
So that gives 2 for Dragon Quest 3. Congratulations for getting the best remake, remaster, port, or collection. Congratulations. And we're going to move on to the next category. Zero, tell us what it is.
The next category is best gameplay, action adventure, etc. And for me, that's going to be, once again, Astrobot. These guys, freaking Team Asobi just knows how to make a good platformer. They've been doing it since, like, even the VR version of Astrobot on the PS4 was fun. They knew what worked, they kept it, and they kept building on it, and I'm so glad that they did. Astrobot is just so much fun. Like I said, I can't stop smiling while playing this game. It gets my nomination.
Again, I had 2. My runner-up is Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. It's based on a phone game that I didn't play, but it's on PC and PS5. It's an action RPG. You go around with your characters. It plays a lot like the Mana games, but the cool thing about it is when you get to the end of the game, it unlocks this big multiplayer mode that's kind of like Monster Hunter. So like when you beat the game, there's a whole nother game after that. I really like the game. It was great. But my main choice this year is Stellar Blade.
Ooh.
Respect.
You know, this game fell into a lot of controversy that I don't think it deserved.
Not at all.
Everyone should play it. It's probably one of the best character action games I've ever played. It's got great combat. It's like a mix of Sekiro and like Bayonetta. Yeah, it has an amazing soundtrack. It's highly recommended. Everyone, please check out Stellar Blade. Despite what you've heard from other people, give it a chance. It's awesome.
My pick for best combat, best action adventure. You guys gonna hate me for it, and it might not even fit the right category. Destiny 2: The Final Shape. Any opinions? Any opposing views? Am I gonna get shitted on for like the 15th time?
We're used to it at this point.
I guess gameplay.
It's really because of
counts for
gameplay. It's
Yeah.
really because of gameplay. They added
It's
in
that one.
They added in Prismatic, Light and Darkness. It's super fun, super fast.
There's ray tracing in it, right?
Huh?
There's ray tracing in it.
Yeah,
right?
ray tracing.
There you go.
Yeah, ray
Yeah,
tracing.
You're good. It counts.
Ray tracing. It's mainly because of the Light and Darkness fusing that subclass together, just throwing out all your subclasses while making you powerful than God, killing God as well.
Jesus Christ.
But come on, it has the best shooter.
Does that
It's the
mean
best
it's a
shooter combat
JRPG?
game of all times.
I guess.
And Final Shape, the conclusion of Destiny 2.
Finally.
For after 11 years, and now the company is shit.
Now.
Buying cars instead of paying for their employees. But that's a different controversy we need to talk about.
I hope Sony takes them over. That's all I'm saying.
Sony will make them better.
Yes.
Sony will make them better.
Okay, Frank, do you have one for best?
Frank's
gameplay
in
combat?
agreement. Don't turn to him. It's still on me.
So mine might be controversial because mine's a DLC.
Mine
And
is
I don't
also a
know,
DLC.
yeah. Oh,
You see
okay,
where we
yeah,
get?
yeah.
See,
Hold
yeah,
on,
fine,
hold on,
gotcha,
hold on,
gotcha,
hold on.
gotcha.
Time out.
Gotcha. But Elden Ring, Shadow, what's it called? Shadow of the Erdtree.
Yeah.
That is my pick because I don't know, something about the gameplay of Elden Ring. It just feels so smooth and feels great.
Is it
to
not
play.
Dark Souls?
It's Dark Souls, but like less clunky because they've had years to work on it, kind of thing. So, see that was my first Dark Souls game, and
Oh.
it makes me want to go back to like the older ones to see how like different they are, kind of thing. So that'll be fun. I might stream that.
Before you
So-
do that, go to Bloodborne.
Yeah,
Then
that's
go to Dark Souls.
that's one that I'm waiting for the PC port, kind of thing. But I don't think it's ever
No,
gonna happen.
It's never gonna
Yeah,
happen. Just
so-
play it on your PS4
yeah,
or PS5.
yeah, for
You
sure.
have more of a better chance of waiting for Bloodborne 2.
Yeah, right.
Honestly.
And last but not least, me. So we have just such a great selection of different games that came out this year that can fit this category, which is pretty open-ended. But I decided to go with Ys X Nordics. That's the latest Ys game that came out. That's the 10th one in the series. And yeah, I mean, I went into it with a bit of skepticism because part of it was the last game was good, but it had some performance issues. The game before that was good too, but it just wasn't to my liking. But yeah, what they did with the gameplay mechanics in Ys X Nordics was really great. You basically play two characters at the same time. So it gets rid of the party system where you would just jump in for like picking 3 characters out of like a pool of 6 or 7, and instead two characters are basically playing at the same time always. Whenever one character is fighting, the other characters can be fighting as well. You can push a button to make them fight at the same time, like together, and of course you can freely swap between them. I thought the second I played the demo, like, this is gonna be kind of weird. I don't know, but by the end of it, I really liked the mechanic. I got used to it, and yeah, for me, best gameplay of the year that I enjoyed.
I almost played that one, but then they announced a new version, so I stopped myself.
Yeah, they announced Ys X Nordics Royal, and now you're gonna want to wait. But
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I'm a huge Ys fan. I'll probably get it anyway. I don't like it when companies do that, but yeah, it's too bad you didn't get to play it. So, anyway, for this category, we don't have any clear winner. We got about 6 or 7 games, so we're gonna run them all across the screen. Those are all of our favorite games.
Yeah,
We're just gonna go right to the next category.
Yep, they all get the GOTY award, and the next category is
Best visuals.
oof. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it because I've been saying it multiple times throughout this video. That's gonna be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, best visuals, bar none. I mean, sure, other games had amazing visuals too, but goddamn, this game just looks gorgeous. Like, Tifa is still amazing looking.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there. I think Marvel Rivals has the best visuals, if you know what I mean. Sue Storm, Psylocke,
Venom.
Venom. Who else? Magic.
Oh, Magic, yes.
You know.
Mm.
You know.
There's a lot of cake.
There's a lot of cake.
There's a lot of cake.
18 inches of Venom.
So wait, is Marvel Rivals a different way of saying DBZ Sparking Zero, which is what you put in the?
Why would you out me like that? You know that was a placeholder.
All right, yeah. I mean, I'm picking FF7 Rebirth also, but you know, there was moments in that game where my jaw just dropped.
Yeah.
And, like, that doesn't happen for me very often anymore because I'm so used to it. But I also have to shout out Stellar Blade too.
Yeah.
Stellar Blade was also jaw dropping. It was amazing. I don't know how they did it because they're a much smaller studio.
They deserve a lot of recognition.
Yeah, and Stellar Blade's coming. FF7 Rebirth's coming to PC. It's going to look even better. And Stellar Blade's coming to PC also. So check both of them out.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh. That's me oohing for the wrong reasons.
And well, I guess I'm the last one. I'm gonna go with Ys X Nordics. Yeah, I just out of all of the 3 recent Ys games, I think it looks the best. Portraits are really nice, and I like the visual effects that they got going on. I think that it kind of misses in some of like the terrain departments, specifically like the sea is a little bit on the bland side. But another thing though is that when I did our first look video, I was really critical towards the game, specifically like visuals. I think was one of the things I talked about, specifically the water. I was playing that on the Switch. I was demoing it on the Switch. When I played it on PS5, all the kind of like weird performance stuff I had with the PS4 version and all the kind of like not really looking so great on all that doesn't matter anymore. It looks fantastic on the PS5. I'd recommend everyone play it that way. Maybe that was what it was optimized for. I have no idea, but it looks fantastic. So yeah, Ys X Nordics for me.
And Frank, let's have your choice.
For my best visuals, like I have problems with Final Fantasy VII Remake and the Rebirth, and but the visuals are incredible. Imagine they made a movie with those visuals alone.
Oh,
that'd
my
be incredible.
God,
Like
yes.
that's all they had to do. Just take those same models, the textures, the worlds, and just make a movie. That I'd love that.
They had a movie
100%.
too, and this looks better than that movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Another reason why I really like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's visuals is because they did not shy away from putting color
Yep.
in this game. That freaking Final Fantasy VII movie from like 2006 or 7 was so muted. It was
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
gray
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
over.
Mhm.
Oh, Advent Children?
Yeah.
Advent Children, it was so gray.
Mhm.
And I'm just looking back at that movie and then looking at Rebirth and going, that's a lot of color. A lot of good looking color.
Yeah, if you put the models next to each other, it's light years ahead
Yeah.
of its time.
Yes.
It's crazy.
And it looked that good on the PS4 as well. And now we're on the PS5 and I'm just like, you guys are just keep going. Please keep doing this.
Shout outs to my boy Kate Sith. He looks magnificent in this game.
Wait, you know why, right? Because Nomura's over this project. That's why.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So by our count, that is 3 votes for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So it's going to get the GOTY Awards for Best Visuals. Congratulations once again to Square Enix, the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth team. You guys are doing fantastic. So keep it up. It gets the award. Give it a golf clap.
Should have went to Sue Storm.
All right, well, we got another category down. Moving on to yet another one, and that is going to be Best Story. I'm going to start. I'll throw it real quick because we've already mentioned both of these games. But yeah, I really enjoyed the story. And Heading Out, that was also my favorite indie game. Serious Sim, once again, fantastic job with the game. And the other game that I picked was, once again, Ys X Nordic. I'll say a lot more about this game at some point later. Kind of just like with the gameplay category, I went into this kind of being maybe they're changing too much, but it ended up being, yeah, my favorite story, one of my favorite stories, tied with Heading Out for 2024.
I'll just go ahead and say, because I've said it multiple times before, and I'm pretty sure it's going to get more nominations as well. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Holy hell. What a story. The beginning had me floored. I still don't know what's going on. The retelling of what happened in Nibelheim had me floored. It was great. And everything that just came after it is just fun. I'm loving how everything's developing, and I can't wait to finish it off, and I can't wait for the next one. So that's it. That's it for me. Who's next?
I want to give Final Fantasy Rebirth best storytelling, but the story's not over. It's not complete, so you can't. I can't personally give it best story. However, I will give that Shadow the Hedgehog a best story
Oh my god.
because he got the closure he needed. He got that closure he needed for that storyline. I think it was the best story. I think he was able to overcome some issues he was having. Was able to patch things up with Maria. Was able to just take out all his frustration on that one black creature, Black Doom.
Black Doom. I picked Metaphor.
Ooh.
This game, like I said before, it's very different from other RPGs. In the very intro of the game, the king gets murdered, and basically the rest of the game is about trying to pick a new king. But the way they do it is crazy. I'm not going to say what it is. Yeah, check it out. Go play Metaphor. I think it's on Game
Hell yeah.
Pass too. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that soon. Frank, do you got one?
So I have one. I'm gonna give it to the one that I beat because I'm still in progress with a lot of them. So I'm gonna give it to Tomb Raider. The reason why I'm giving it to Tomb Raider is the wild course through the game. From as a kid, I didn't realize how wild the story gets, how wild the world gets of Tomb Raider. And from you're first in tombs in the beginning, then you fight in the middle of the game, you fight a little skater boy with Uzis, so he's shooting at you. Then you're in like a giant meat sack pyramid.
The fuck?
It makes no sense, but
I gotta play this collection now.
it's wild.
Tomb Raider's
It's wild how it
insane.
goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Fantastic. Well, once again, no clear winner with this one. We all picked individual games. I picked 2 of them, and we're just gonna run them across the screen and move right to our next category. Zero, you want to tell us what it is?
The next category is best soundtrack. Which of these games do you guys think had the best music, sound effects, and all that amazing stuff? Let's go with Paul.
All right, well, I'm gonna pick the obvious choice, FF7 Rebirth. You know, they have concerts for it. It's
do.
crazy. It got the Game Awards soundtrack award also. It just has an insane amount of music. Like, I don't know how they
And
did
not
it.
just one genre.
Yeah, but I'm also gonna pick Visions of Mana. Visions of Mana came out this year. It's the first new Mana game in a long time, and that soundtrack is killer. Nobody talks about it too. It's just insane. So yeah, go play Visions of Mana.
I'm gonna go ahead and just put it out there. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because I agree with Bulb. Amazing soundtrack, lots of different genres of music, and all of it fits. All of it is just so ambient. It puts you in the world and it doesn't take you out. So it's amazing, and that's why I think it deserves the nomination.
There's a song in Rebirth that plays during a side quest where you have to follow a dog around. And it's like the best song in the game, and it only plays in this really like tiny stupid side quest with a dog.
I gotta play it. I gotta play that side quest.
Yes, I also agree. I think Persona 3 Reloaded had the best soundtrack ever. Disturbing the Peace. I'm not gonna sing it. Disturbing the Peace was one of the best.
It was good.
But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Esex Nordic. This series has like some of the best fucking soundtracks. I know Bulb was just messaging me, he was just DMing me about
It's crazy.
Ys 3. But yeah, Esex Nordics. I mean, they never disappoint with their soundtrack. The Falcom sound design team is just so great. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of like symphonic metal compositions, but they're so good. They never disappoint me. They didn't disappoint me with this one. That's my answer. Frank, you're next.
So aggressive.
Frank,
Go
you're next,
now,
Frank. You're next. Go, Frank.
now.
Okay, so
Speak now,
my
or never
son.
speak again.
Speak, my son.
Yeah.
Speak. Speak.
No. But definitely, I'm also going with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It just I cannot pick it because you have all those beautiful songs from the original, but like remastered for the new generation, and it's also like, again, like how Bulb said, you go to like a concert and you see these, it's like a whole orchestra kind of thing. So from the battle theme, like, you know, the basic battle theme, how they like remastered that or like recreated it, to like, you know, the Sephiroth song and all that, it's fucking wild. Like, the music is incredible.
The scene where Sephiroth just looks at Cloud with that smirk and turns around and everything's burning around him, and how they ever so slightly play the theme. Yeah. And I'm just like, ooh. Whoa.
It's scary.
I forgot about that one.
That fucks with you.
Oh yeah, because you're playing it now, like recently.
Yeah. It still fucks with you though.
No, I'm saying because I forgot.
Yeah.
So it's fresh in your head right now.
Yeah. Oh my god, that shit gave me goosebumps. I'm like, oh. Now every time I hear that shit, now I just get that fucking scene, and I'm like, oh god damn it, that freaking
Sephiroth.
Also, there's a theme in the game. There's a theme in the game that has a full like vocal track. Like, it's like I don't know how to describe it. It plays in a big scene where a character's singing, and it made me get teary-eyed. Like, it was really.
Did it remind
really
you of FFX2?
Yeah, kinda. Not the same genre though.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, pop music, sure.
What can I do for you?
It was a killer song though, and it had an amazing music video. That's all I'm gonna say. And with that, the winner is clear. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth gets the GOTY Award for Best Soundtrack. Once again, Square Enix, fantastic job. Amazing music. I hope we get a live action concert of this fucking music sometime soon.
There's one today. You missed it.
Damn it. Well, damn it.
Guys, stop recording. We gotta be somewhere.
Frank, no, not yet.
We need Frank.
Use your chocobo.
So what we like to do every year as well, at least as of the last couple of Game of the Years, is we like to do our Viewer Choice Award. Again, we appreciate when you guys vote. We did a social media call out across all of the social media platforms that we had, and we got a 4-way tie. So that is going to be our friend Joe King, of course, friend of the channel, voting for Black Myth Wukong. Kugla GK, you may have seen him recently.
Yep.
Voted for Helldivers 2. Our friend Gamers as well, voting for Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And the last vote was from our Discord community, Bonesy, with the vote for Yakuza Infinite Wealth. Damn it, I meant to play that. So those are the 4 Game of the Year picks we have from our viewers. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. Thank you guys so much for voting for our viewer choice. And that's going to pretty much do it for this part of the video. We might chop this up into a 2-parter. This may have been the second part.
Yes.
Just to save everyone. And we're going to go into a final part, but that's going to be for the next video. So we want to thank you guys for checking us out. Thank you as well to our friends Bulbtastic, BioVenom, and Focal Frank doing the Lord's work behind the camera.
If you guys like this video, do us a favor, let us know in the comments below. What are your favorite games? If you forgot to vote for our Viewer Choice Awards, let us know down in the comments below who you think deserved that nomination. If you guys like the video, once again, slap the like button, mash the subscribe button, and yeah, make sure to follow our friends. All of their social medias are going to be down in the description below. Guys, let them know where they can find you.
I'm Bulbtastic on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram. Yeah.
And I am BioVenom on Twitch. That's about it.
You could find me on Focal Franks on whatever is out there, if I have an account.
And yeah, guys, once again, thank you so much for putting up with our crap, watching our videos. We hope to see you guys again soon. So subscribe and stay tuned for more
the
awesome
next
videos.
part. Stay tuned for the next part.
Yeah, stay tuned for the next part, please.
Believe it or not, we have more.
And,
Yes, we do.
Stay tuned for 2025 Game of the Year when Metal Gear Solid 3 wins everything again.
So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next part. Thank you for watching. Take care.